my name's Andrea. I'm a head teacher of Bridgewater Primary School in Berkhamsted, Hertfordshire.
Hi!
I've always loved cycling, but I was struggling to get up the hill. I've got dodgy knees and a dodgy hip, and I only live a couple of miles from work, but there's huge hills in Berkhamsted. So I was just interested in getting something that was going to help me get up the hill and get me cycling on a regular basis. Morning, Kirsty, you all right? I feel quite passionately about sustainability, and I encourage parents at my school to walk to school, I encourage children to walk to school, I encourage children to cycle to school. Increasingly, at our school and all around the town, parking is an issue. We have big problems at school drop-off time. Buses can't always get through because cars are double parked. So to take some cars off the road by using cycles, I think, is a really positive thing as well. Fortunately, at the moment, it's very quiet at school because it's the summer holidays. It was nice to cycle in. It sets you off in a good mood. In the past, when I used to cycle, it would take me, I don't know, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, but cycling up the hill would get me so hot and sweaty that I'd need to have a shower when I got here, and then that would sort of almost restart my day again, and actually having the shower at school just added more stress to my day. Whereas now, I just get on the bike, it takes 5 minutes, I can cycle up the hill waving to people on my way. Yeah, our motto at school is together, rain or shine, so we're not just a summer holiday and summer term cycle to school. We want to see it all year round where possible, so we encourage it as much as we can. We've put the cycle pods and the scooter pods at school to help store the cycles and things. And I arrive feeling invigorated. I think exercise is so important, so to start the day with a bit of exercise really sets you up for the day. It's quite stressful being a head teacher at times, and that little bit of time on my bike just helps me unwind and relax. So we'll be coming up to the hill that I used to dread. Usually I used to set myself, I'll get to that car, I'll get to that car. I certainly couldn't talk whilst I was cycling up the hill on my manual bike. But now, this is quite a breeze at the moment. I'm in sort of gear 4. I am in electricity number 5, but I'm not on the lowest gear. I've got lower gears to go. I don't think I'll need them. I can be waving to children, talking as I go. Not out of breath at all at the moment. It's really quite pleasant. For those who don't know, the bike can be used without any electricity at all. So sometimes I have it on 0 along the high street when it's flat. I don't use the electricity. And then when I come up the hill is when I put it on 5. It's the only way to get up, but it just smoothly come up. I started using the bike just for my commute, just to and from work. But now that it's the summer holidays, I've started going on bike rides for pleasure. So I did a 16-mile bike ride, a round trip to a place called Slapton, which is 8 miles away. And on that I used it, you know, sometimes I set it on number 2, just to have a little bit of assistance on a slight hill. And it was nice to just experiment on that day. And the battery lasted for those 16 miles. I've also taken it on a train to London, because you are allowed to take the bikes on a train. And I love cycling around London. I know it sounds a bit mad because London's busy, but there's so many more cycle lanes now. And places like the Emirates Stadium now have places where you can park your bikes while you watch the match. So my son and I actually intend cycling to Arsenal matches next year because it's much easier than parking. So I've used it for all sorts of things. And the good thing is, it's probably worth pointing out that you are doing something. So you're not just sitting here pressing a button and doing nothing. You do still have to cycle. So you do feel like you're getting that little bit of exercise as well. Are you all right? Yeah, we're just doing a little video of me on my new electric bike.
Is it all
Look,
the battery in the back there?
the battery is in here. I used to struggle getting up the hill, and quite often I'll be pushing it up the hill. Yeah. Whereas now it's
got a bit of turbo power.
Yeah, it's really good. You should have a go. You honestly should have a go. Come on, come and have a go. You can buy this bike through the Cycle to Work scheme through a Starley, and that way you pay in instalments and you actually make a saving. It's related to tax. I'm not an expert, but I was able to do it that way, which I found really useful. And the good thing I found was that I was allowed to test ride it. So a friend of mine bought a different model that has a different frame, and I rode hers, but I didn't like the look of it as much, so I was able to test ride the one I had. And then the whole purchase experience was amazing. My bike was actually delivered to my school with everything on it, and it was all explained to me, and I was just then good to go. Right, so it's on number 1.
Yeah.
If you want to go faster, you press that'll go number 2,
yeah,
number 3, like that. But just stay on number 1 for now,
right,
maybe, until you feel comfortable.
This is how it happens.
This is how it happens. This is a parent who hasn't ridden a bike for years who suddenly decided to have a go. Can you feel it?
Wow.
And then that's just on number one. You can imagine, I don't want you to go too fast, but you can, or go down the hill and back again. This is a parent who's had 2 children at Bridgewater. They've actually both now left and gone to the secondary school. She's seen us on the bike and she's not ridden a bike in years, but we've persuaded her to have a go. She's going to come back through those gates in a minute, hopefully.
And you're sharing the cargo as well?
Yeah, because I think that a lot of our families would be impressed by this, because you know we do have lots of people with 2 or 3 children, and you can certainly fit 2 children on here, and it won't be an effort for mum or dad or grandma or auntie or uncle to ride them up the hill. It's really powerful, isn't it? And you can imagine coming up the big steep hill, that it takes away the stress.
No,
What did you think of it?
Yeah, that was amazing. That made it effortless.
And you were nervous in your car, and what made you have a go?
Because I thought, I've never tried one.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not? I haven't been on a bike for a few years.
Oh, and you can see how easy it was.
Yeah, definitely.
Good.
I would definitely think about it, because living in Berkhamsted, obviously.
Yeah, you can
hills
keep up with your
everywhere.
children.
Oh God, I don't know about that.
I've got to a certain age. I was very sporty when I was younger. I played hockey, I played football, and I'm sort of suffering slightly now with my knees and my hip. And cycling is actually one of the things I can do really well, and it doesn't affect my knees. And I think the electric bike really helps with that, and it just keeps you active, gets you out and about, going out and about with friends, because sometimes 3 or 4 of us will go out together, and that's really enjoyable and positive. Both my sons now ride electric bikes in London. I don't think electric bikes are frowned upon these days. Since the introduction of the Lime bikes in London, and every city you go to in Europe has electric bikes, they really are popular. So myself and both of my sons have regularly gone out for bike rides together in London. And recently on holiday in Tuscany, the 3 of us went out on electric bikes in a little town called Lucca. So if you haven't tried an electric bike and you're not sure what they're about, it is worth getting yourselves along to Estali and having a little trial run, because it will open your eyes, I assure you.